Okay, everything looks good. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. I actually had some free time last week, so I wrote a bunch of stuff and
I'm
did some
ready to roll up a
character
new character
modifications
next
and
Yep,
week.
stuff.
I have a new character ready to go. Just
Yes,
joking, I totally don't.
I do. I sent you one already so I can use that one.
Joke's on you, Pudgy Pie comes back.
Uh-huh.
Pudgy!
Yeah. All right. Let's start. Elwin, you're here, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's still. Oh,
I'm here.
yay!
Okay. Let me see if I remember what happened previously in the GodBreaking. You guys, at great pain to yourselves and to your allies, well, so your allies specifically, entered the dark orb, the great barrier at the center of Rapnesh, at the center of the demon army. You guys managed to teleport in and pull back, and with Robin's strength, he pulled back the barricade and drop in you and your allies. So it's you four, along with Kildrak, Euphemia, Bafinzor, and Antares Saber. You meandered your way through the dark, otherworldly structure of this realm, this place that you'd entered into, this small parallel plane, the domicile of Malconthet. And you face some of her subordinates, a couple of these large cave-like creatures that melded into the stone walls. Deimos and Elwyn, you guys stumbled upon a harem of succubi, and you guys avoided some traps along the way. And finally, you made your way into the central chamber. That is where the converging powers were located. The nexus point, the energy itself of the transportation of a great vast horde of forces from hell to heaven. And there, guarding that final point. Actually, well, you met one of her subordinates first, and then killing her, you went into and you encountered Malconthet herself. You guys began to fight with her, in which one of the first things she did was she went over to Antares Saber, and with a simple kiss turned him against you. And Antares in his first volley killed Euphemia outright. And as you guys managed to break her hold, Malconthet's hold on Antares Saber, you realize that you were up against more than you could have imagined otherwise. Adis, you are in the form of Nebularos, trying to intervene and to interject yourself in the fight. Kildrak managed to, with the majority of his divine strength, bring Euphemia back, but you could tell it was at great cost to himself. Antares is there. He's a little bit wounded, but he's managed to regain his senses of himself. And the closing scene of our last session, you guys were looking into the face of the greatest dragon, the eighth of the seven dragon lords, Bafinzor. And he told you that the time had come. He told you that the only way you could hope to defeat this god before you was to awaken. And that's where we pick up here. So, on the map, can you all see the map?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You guys are here. I'll move you on the map here. Malconthet has just summoned this crazy looking demon out of a portal. And you can tell just by the aura emanating off him that he's no simple demon. Deimos, you correctly identified him as a hierarch, a lord of his own right. Not anywhere near the level of Malconthet, but definitely no small creature to trifle with. At this point, Euphemia and Kildrak are rushing to the fray, and so is Antares Saber. The three of them charge in. Kildrak, er, and Terry's, he's full of rage. He says, "That's the last you'll play with my mind, demon bitch. It's time to feel the wrath of a sword from the abyss."
Yeah, just remember, don't shoot us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly just try not to kill us again. I cannot stress this enough. After the
Caught on my finger.
Yeah.
Like the,
this many times, I can't even count to 10.
like the 10th time.
Okay, good talk, buddy.
I whisper, should be a victim at home.
Kildrak and Euphemia are likewise jumping into the fray. Bafinzor moves himself back to this canyon, and as you guys enter, you can see this this bat-like creature. From his form, dozens of smaller bats begin to spawn and fly all over the place. Each of them bathed in flame, beginning to mobilize. Your allies, they're deploying their powers, and they start to prepare themselves to combat this foe. Bafinzor says, Bafinzor calls out to you again, his mind piercing the din of the chaos around you. He says, "Come, you must learn. Time is of the essence. Draw unto me and give me your full attention. We have but a moment before all is lost." Okay, what are you guys doing?
Attention, ho.
So he wants us to give him his, give him our attention?
I'll
Yes.
give him whatever he wants if he helps us beat this bitch.
Mm-hmm. I don't like this lady. She's just not cool.
What is the physical form of Nebularis like?
Ticklish.
It's like it's liquid almost. He can solidify it in certain points and stuff, but for the most part, it's very milky. And
So I could just be like, hey, I'm gonna move up here.
yeah, he can flow over there, yeah, easily.
Okay. I'll go give him mine attention.
Okay.
And my ears open, my eyes are still out looking because I'd ready to spell. So, yeah, but let's definitely listen to him.
Okay.
And then
According
we
to
can knock
the, let's see, on the, I'm looking at the combat tracker right now. So you guys hadn't taken much damage yet. Oh yeah,
No.
Renly, you managed to hit Malconthep pretty hard with your Boon of Tiamat.
Pretty hard, you say.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a scratch. But...
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. That's
Okay.
hard.
The place begins to swarm with these demon bats, and fire goes out. You can see Kildrak and Euphemia charging into the fray. Kildrak shouts out to you all. He says, "We'll buy you a moment. Quickly, do what you need to do." Okay. Malcolm and at that point, all you can see now are Finzor's eyes. He says, "Come. We must talk." And he begins to tell a tale. He says, "You must learn. You must learn to see the world as it truly is. Life and death, power, weakness, magic and divinity. These are not forces on their own. These do not exist on their own. To those who cannot see beyond their own selves, skill, talent, and magic, these are all things that are to be wielded, gained, and manipulated. Even the weave, heaven and hell, life itself. But I tell you, they are all subject to something greater, and the gods themselves are unaware of this truth. There is a force that transcends their own divinity. Call it the greatest will. Call it reaching out into the beyond. call it touching the flow of that which is real and asking it to respond. I call it awakening.
Oh, that was chimichangas.
In my youth, I sought answers that did not exist. So I traveled the full expanse of the plains, and when those answers could not be found, I ventured into the past, the wisdom of ages prior, and yet no truth found I. The void, the stars, the waking of suns, none of them held the answers that I sought. And at the end of my journey, aged, broken, and beaten, there I lay on a secluded shore at the edge of the last universe. My life and my strength were spent. When it came to me, or should I say, he came to me, and showed me the truth of it all. I tell you this, there are no planes. There are no universes. There is no life, there is no death. You see, behind the infinite complexity of this reality, there is only a single simplicity. The one above all, Io. When I glimpsed this, for truly it was just a glimpse, I knew that I had found my answer. I left that place, but I was too weak. When I descended back down to myself, my body and my mind had been transformed, but my will had not. I was still not strong enough to change what was to come. Or rather, I was too frightened to allow it to happen and to rise beyond it. My people, my kin, still died. And I lacked the fortitude, the resolve to change it. This was my greatest failure, to know that I have seen what none other has seen, and to have been unable to do anything with it. The shame was more than I could bear. I fled, I hid, I sought to forget myself. And after all of that, after millennia, you were the ones who found me. And I see now why I was given this truth. Io himself gave me a glimpse, and it is my destiny to pass that glimpse on to you. May you do more with it than I was able to. I can only pray that you are different than I. His eyes have a shake to them. You can see the emotion covering his scaly face. Finzor closes his eyes slowly, and then he opens them gradually. And you can see that the flare, the blue glow behind them, is bright and vivid. He says, "Now, gaze into my eyes, and I will show you the truth. The truth of what lies beyond." You guys say anything? Do you guys do anything?
Nice look in his eyes.
Okay.
Are we in going through combat track or just if this sort of like block text we can do stuff?
This is just this is just
With the-
free.
Biggest Nebularis grin on my face.
Biffy, you're not afraid. Without you, we would like not be like alive and there would be like more dead stuff and like I mean actually how many worlds are there? I have like 14 more questions, but we can talk about that after we beat up this bit.
He
I give him
blinks.
like that.
He
Oh
pauses
shit.
for a second and he says,
Uh,
Deimos,
yes.
you I have known the longest.
Yeah, yeah. Super cool.
If you have questions for me, ask them now.
Fuck. You can't do this on me. I'm just not prepared. I'm not a public speaker. Fuck. Demos has no real questions. How many worlds are there? I need to know that one. Are there aliens? Are there regions? Would they build a wall around our world?
He says, more lives than you could count exist upon more worlds than you could bear to know in this your current form. Each
quick
universe contains a million-fold lives. And there are so many universes.
These universes, are other universes getting attacked by these demons, or is it just ours?
He says, what occurs here threatens all that exists.
Oh shit. Also, one last thing. One last thing. Cause you're like kind of scaring me, and I need something to talk to you later. I need one of your scales for my armor. Stick it right here. It's cool. Don't worry about it. This way I'm gonna bring you back, and I know you're gonna do something stupid and like disappear, but I got you, bro. Fucking
says.
tackle KO or something like that. I'll be like, take that bitch, give me back my Dragon Boy.
He says, I will grant you your request, my friend.
Oh yes.
Wait,
He l-
in those worlds that you've been in, with their world with YouTube, what happened at the end of Adventures Endgame? I never found out.
He didn't find a universe. He didn't find a universe with YouTube. He found the universe where that was actually happening.
Yeah. He says, I did see a world decimated of life. My time spent there was brief, for the one there threatened and was aware of even myself as I passed through his plane. All I know is that very little hope existed.
Oh well. Okay.
Elwyn and Adis,
I'm
do you guys have any questions?
Nope. I'm just looking in his eyes like he asked.
So how are we gonna transcend?
He says, it is not a knowledge I can bestow. It is not a thing to be understood. Only something you can experience, as I experienced it. I was given a spark that I carry within myself. And now, I show that spark to you. As you gaze into his eyes, your minds begin to swirl as the brightness consumes you.
Holy guacamole.
Time goes by. You're unaware of what, of how long. But in the brightness, in the sheer light, all your senses evaporated. There is only light. You can't smell anything. You can't feel anything. You can't hear anything. There's only light. And after time immeasurable, you hear a voice, or maybe a whisper, was it? Something,
So
presence.
we just see light and that's it.
A presence that transcends your
Correct, because
senses.
I cut out for the last part.
A presence that transcends your senses.
Oh, hold on. I
Hello?
muted my volume. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, it's okay. It
Dude,
is,
that was
too long.
nice, breaking the mood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally ruined it.
It's cool.
You hear a voice, a whisper. It says, "You are the ones. You are the result of all that I have spun. Awaken and be reborn."
Oh shit. All of you worked for was this sick backpack of sick back muscles. Good job, bro. Oh no.
I get super backpack powers.
Oh, my.
Wait. Can I roll a dice right here?
Okay.
Because I want to somehow hear me out on this one. Uh, we all forgot about our pride and joy right now. Vork.
Is Vork in there with you?
Yeah,
In
he's
the
been here the whole time. Can we have his head turned towards it? Can we ascend into
Talking about,
a
wait, are you talking about the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he told you to. He told you to fuck off. He didn't come with us.
No, he came.
You look
Can I
around to see where
insight-
Vork
can I-
is.
Can I
Evelyn.
insight check Ao?
Roll an insight check.
Oh no.
Fork was.
What are you trying to observe?
If we're
I'm
getting
trying to see-
played,
That's there's no
If
way for
it-
you
if
to
it-
understand anything about what's going on. The light is a very pale sensory explanation of what happened. What the true experience was beyond sensory overload. It was so far greater than you that it's like an ant gazing up at a person. There's so much that you don't understand that is so far beyond you.
makes sense.
Okay.
Vork, did you see that? Yeah.
1 second here. Vork is not there.
Oh no. Vork, he was AO all along.
I have a question. Since there is another actual living being chillaxing here with us. Does my carpet awaken?
No.
Darn. Hey, it was worth a shot.
It needed to look into his eyes. It couldn't look into his eyes.
It can see.
What does
Don't
my
have
fist
eyeballs
awaken
to
when
see.
even bigger fists? I got it.
Sorry,
The strong right hand of Trump. It's huge.
Okay.
Shadow walls.
Okay. So what you guys, I need you to do. Oh, so you guys, as the light fades, and you feel yourselves returning to your senses returning to you. The world. You look around, and your hands, and your arms, and your feet, and your belongings, and your clothes, and your armor, and all that stuff, and the walls around you, and it's all as it was before, but different. It's like you can see now you can see and feel and hear the substance that makes everything up. You're like Neo once you've realized that, looking into the code of the world around you, there is so much more to existence than just the physical, than just magic, than just
I
energy.
I know kung fu.
My, my charisma score went down.
Can I look into a wall and split an atom?
um. So this is what's going to happen. First thing you notice is that your friend Biffin, now in his dwarven form, is lying on the ground, um, completely unconscious. You hear the sounds of flame and battle coming from down in the hall. I'll put you guys over here. Down in the down where the core is, as you anticipate that your friends are doing battle over there. Um, you look down at your hands and your weapons, and you feel different. You feel changed. I need you guys to abandon your current characters.
Nope,
What?
I can't do that. I'll arrest you for it. Athletic stuff. Get him. Try to take
And
that
if-
DM. Can't pull
and
me
if you-
away.
You know the DM's got better stats than AO, bro.
I don't know.
Okay, and if you guys look into the character screen,
Oh shit, Randy.
there should be new characters there for you
We're level 21.
with capital names.
Oh my god.
All caps. We're like yelling our names at all times.
Okay,
Only game
so
we
take
know.
a second. So before you really crack into
Holy motherfucking shit.
what's that unnamed character there? I'm deleting that.
Decent.
Everything froze.
Yeah, mine froze when I selected the character.
Give it a second to load up.
Okay.
Holy. My punch is so good now.
So, your bodies have been changed. Your minds have been amplified. Your connection to the weave and the forces around you are enhanced beyond anything that you were able to, beyond the greatest sorcerer before, beyond the greatest magician you've ever heard of before. You guys are awakened. The world is malleable in front of you. So you got a few things. First, you'll notice. Do you guys have your sheets up? Can you see them?
Holy
Your stats have changed a little bit. Your hit points have changed. You are net. I wrote you as 20, level 21, but that was basically just because in Fantasy Grounds that's the only way to raise the proficiency level.
Okay.
Your proficiency level's gone up. Go to your abilities tab and you'll see you'll see a new boon of Befinzor Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I put both of these abilities, Miracle and Spark of Insight, into your Actions tab. You both have all of you have access to them. If you in your Actions tab, they're under Awakening. But
Miracle and
basically,
Spark of Blood.
Spark of Insight. So it's under your abilities. So Miracle. Well, let me read Spark of Insight first. Spark of Insight. Glimpsing beneath the surface, you touch the stream undergirding all realities and briefly alter the effect of one of your actions. Roll a d3 and multiply the result of your action by the result of the die. Spark of Insight charges after recovering a long rest. Okay? This is a multiplicative effect. So if you're rolling damage, right, you would roll the damage and then you would roll your d3 and it would multiply the damage. If you're trying to do an ability check or you're trying to do something persuasive, if you roll a 2, you're double effective. If you roll a 3, you're triple effective. Okay?
Oh my god. Okay.
Miracle.
So,
Oh, go on.
so
go
like,
on.
based on what you just said, so like if we roll like a persuasion check and get a 10 and then use that and roll a 3, it would multiply it to a 30.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
How does that work with wrestling moves?
It would apply to your check. Okay? And we'll role play in the moment depending on whatever you're doing. You can apply Spark of Insight to anything.
Multiplier, not an ad. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the
Now, do
multiplier.
you know when you get any sparks back, or need to do stuff to get sparks back, or is it like burn
Once
them
per
and
rest.
so
They all come back after the rest.
on? Oh shit!
And there are 3 of them. Oh my god.
So if I use an action to cast a spell, can I use the spark to multiply how many times I cast the spell?
If you, yeah, you can make an argument for how
Sweet.
you're using your spark. If you want it to
Sweet.
damage, yeah, you can apply it to whatever. If you want to change, like triple the DC or something like that, or double the
Oh no, no,
DC.
he meant like cast a spell 3 times.
Yeah, I would buy that.
That is cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, but now it's a D3, so there's a 1/3 chance that it's normal.
Right.
Okay. And as you
Oh,
guys continue to level up from here, maybe that die changes. We'll see.
Um,
Guys, I think we can take
because
on that orc horde.
given that we can see the world from a different perspective, one of the things would be my instant first thing to look for. Can I see the weave?
You can see textures and patterns of it. It's not like you're gazing right at it, but you can see
Right.
the flow, like the a dim energy coursing through everything.
Sweet.
The weave itself is, and but you also see that the weave is not everything. That there is much more than the weave. What you're looking at is the base code beneath the weave.
Nice.
Okay.
Now,
So
since
so
I
what
haven't,
Befinzer told you is that no one else has ever experienced this. The gods themselves are not aware of what you have been privy to. He is the only creature in the history of existence that has been awakened, and he realized that the only reason he was awakened was to be able to pass it on to you.
So, as an example, like when because you say we see like the foundations, like the code. So like when we look at a wall, we if we peer at it, we can see everything down to like the atoms that make up the wall and so forth, kind of type
If you
of.
peer hard enough, I mean, you're very new at this,
That's
so
cool.
really it would be
Right.
A
I'm
D3
just trying
roll.
to give myself as a player a visual reference of what you were describing when you said
But yes,
we
if you're
see directly in your
successful
line.
at yeah, if you're successful at perceiving past it, it's more than seeing the atoms. You see the atoms, but if you're super successful on your roll, you see beneath the atoms, the energy itself, the substance itself that makes up even matter. You know,
it's
matter
almost
and
like we
time
have
and energy.
built-in magnifying
adamant
glasses,
shits.
so we can like peer through the various layers and layers.
But but I get the impression that he's giving that it's not just the seeing it, it's for seeing like the complete, or not the complete, but the deeper nature of the wall,
Yes,
not
yeah,
just the.
Yeah.
through our
Yes.
senses and everything. Yeah.
is
Yes.
it bad that my
It,
favorite thing about all of this is I still have a 9 charisma, and that's the greatest thing ever.
I
I'm so
actually
happy about
I actually subtracted charisma in this character sheet.
it. I saw that.
Oh
you,
my
you had like an
god.
11. You had an
I'm
11
so
before.
happy. That's so
I
amazing. I
subtracted
love
it.
it.
This I'm like, you had 11 before. I'm looking
I
at the
know.
old stats on the party sheet.
Like, this is the greatest thing ever. I love this. This is amazing.
did you give me my eye back?
um, sure. Your new form
No, I don't want
has
it back. I don't want it back.
no. All right, fine, that's
That's
fine.
what I meant.
You can
Okay,
leave it
half his
on.
eye. Actually, if he doesn't want it back.
What I've done is I've gone through your character sheets. Your stats have increased, certain ones, not all of them.
Oh my god.
Your hit points have increased. Your abilities, so your actions and stuff, like your spells and stuff, have all increased. Basically, I've increased the value of damage dice and added base multipliers on your primary stat to pretty much everything in your character sheets. I didn't really do much to the role playing ones, the things that have like paralysis effects and that kind of stuff. Those are all act like normal, but when it comes to damage, um, those should have all been changed. Or if I didn't change it, I probably had a reason for not changing it.
Holy Jesus.
I feel like
You're
with
awesome.
these new bodies, we just got a long rest too. God.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh
You come back
God.
as the full versions of yourselves. So give me 1 second here.
Now, am I still
Um,
Super Saiyan?
yes, so you are yourself still. Your so your abilities, or are you currently in Super Saiyan form? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No, you come back in
All right. I'll get
your
rid of it.
base form.
Oh, quick question.
Yeah.
After the peering, I'd make a quick check Can I? Is my telepathic link with my homunculus restored?
Um, no.
Okay. So
All
we're
right.
still in a different plane.
The other ability. So Renly, I think I amplified all your transformational forms.
Oh my god.
All your legacy weapon creatures are amplified. Elwyn. Oh, I didn't get to your legacy weapon yet. I will. Um, the other thing. Okay, so miracle. Miracle is once per major story arc. All right, so I'll be the decider of what a major story arc is.
I was like, what? What does that mean? I don't know.
You summon all your willpower to influence the flow of the world around you. Make a statement about what you would like to happen, and based on the size and scope of what you wish to accomplish, I'll decide what the results are. Okay, so this is up to your imagination, but it's called miracle for a reason. You are accomplishing a miracle.
Shit, my spells actually do something now.
I know. Did you see my fireball?
Okay. Any questions?
Awesome.
We will surely have more as we go. I'd be like, what? What? What?
Can my power word kill now kill anyone with 1,000 or less hit points? I'm just kidding.
Wait, that
I don't think
fire cannot be resisted because there are 3 eyes in that.
That's
so.
true.
So if I missed
That's true.
something in your a spell ability, so like if you think power word kill should do more, I didn't really go into every spell and change things. If I missed something, you can ask me if it should apply, and I'll tell you in the moment whether or not it should.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
I
cool.
bypass all resistances
Yeah,
and
because there's
hit
a
it
there,
with
there
fire.
you already did a ton of work as it was.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, your
That was
meteor
a
swarm,
what was
Elwyn's meteor swarm is pretty buff.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I haven't checked the cantrips. You changed the cantrips too?
I
Oh
changed.
shit,
Yeah, I should have.
that's my firebolt. I have 4 of those fuckers, or 3.
nice.
That is gorgeous.
Okay.
My
And
guidance
can't
is still a
and can't you
1d4.
like and can't you do like a can't you do like a quicken so you can cast like 12 in one round or something like that?
Yeah.
'Cause well, it's one bolt that does 4 dice, right? And then you can cast 4 of those 4d20s, right?
Uh,
Or
no,
something
Elwyn,
like
you
that.
can cast 3 or
I
4
can do
bolts.
3,
3,
and then
yes.
quicken another 3.
Oh, nice. That's badass.
Guys, check out how sexy my unarmored take is. Oh, yes. Oh, I missed.
Um,
I can punch for damage. So
Out
much
of
damage.
curiosity,
Mhm.
does this have any effect on my forms?
Um, yeah, I didn't buff them. I will.
That's fine. I was just curious.
Okay, they'll go up a little bit. All right.
Even changing into them still a massive increase in hit points anyway.
Yeah. Okay. You guys find yourselves in this darkened corridor. I mean, yeah. Of course, it's still 1d4.
I love it. I was like, yep.
Is I'll kneel down next to Home Slice. Is he alive and just unconscious, or is he dead?
All right, you're checking. You're checking Biffin.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Or can I just look at him and know if he's alive?
Gazing down at your friend Biffin, lying down on the ground unconscious, you perceive that he is indeed alive.
Can I do any kind of check to see if he's in like mortal danger?
Sure. What's your check?
Huh?
What's the check?
That's what I'm asking. Is there a check I could do to see if he's in mortal danger?
Roll medicine.
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna be the first one to do it. I'm gonna spark it.
You're gonna spark your. You only get
Yep,
3 of them per day.
I know. Let's see here. Slash.
Everything and just
Got a 3.
So that's a D. Oh yeah, you rolled a D3. Okay.
So.
All right.
57.
So you look down at Biffin, and now seeing through, having just emerged from your awakening, you perceive that he is alive, but his life force is ebbing rapidly. Um, and reaching down to him, you're able in this moment. Your mind still humming from the power and the experience that you just encountered. You reach down and you touch the soul of himself. His soul, almost as if it were um, an object to be manipulated, something that you could touch and grasp and and control for just a moment, and you imbue just a tiny bit of energy into his dying core, and you feel him stabilize underneath you.
It's good enough for me. I
He's
told
unconscious,
him I
but he's
think
not
he'll
dying.
be alright. I think he'll be alright. Let's go kill us a bitch.
I'm smacking my shield. Heels up, boys.
Actually,
All right.
I'm assuming we have to probably roll initiative before I can do that.
Okay. So you hear the sounds of a scream, or more like a screech around the corner as the a burst of an explosion rattles the whole room. What do you guys do?
I'm
You guys
gonna
ready?
run my bitch ass in there.
No, you don't need to run. Come here.
You can just break your face. Take your face.
Make sure that the Deimos tether is still tethered.
It's a holy tether now.
Super
Can we
tethered.
make the tether even better now?
You can double the distance.
Or
Sure.
it can work both ways.
Oh, I want to go through.
Oh, mutual tether.
Both ways. Oh yes. We both. You see both calories on our necks.
We're bi-tethered.
Okay. Okay. So Elwin has to cast a spell, but you guys can activate the tether both ways. So Elwin, you can pull Deimos to yourself, and Deimos, you can pull Elwin to yourself.
We're so good at this game.
Sweet. Thank you, Midas.
I cast it.
Yeah. Let's now take that bitch's face and stick it in the bad area that she does not even like.
Out of curiosity, are we glowing?
To yourselves, what you see, you notice that the four of you look different slightly, and it's more like a light behind your eyes and an awareness behind your eyes, but otherwise you look the same.
Okay. You guys
All right.
ready?
Do we get like a membership card for being super cool?
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, we're a part of the AO club now. Walking will take time. I just teleport us all into the room.
Break your face, bitch. I mean, stick my face in your face. Then my
Okay.
face up there.
So you teleport yourselves into the room next door, and you see the first thing you notice is charred remnants of creatures all over the walls around you. This demon, the demon bat itself is long gone. It was long ago destroyed. And you see a small corpse of it, or like a remnants of a corpse, in the corner. And standing before you, so it's over here. I'll move stuff around. So we'll put it like this, Okay, you guys enter the room, and you see the core itself is still humming with an unearthly energy. Malconthet is in the corner, floating above the ground, a wry smile decorating her face.
Like, we're back, you son of a bitch. I can probably take one of your hits now. instead of
Taunting,
two.
she says, she says, "Ah, you finally emerged from your hiding.
Yes.
I'd begun to grow bored with my
It should
current
be.
entertainment.
Oh shit, guys, I can see the herpes inside of her.
Janos, you
Kildrak,
can see herpes inside her.
Yes. It's like
You
atoms,
serious?
but they're gross. Oh,
Okay,
gross.
you better not sleep
No.
with me, Ben.
No, fuck no. Who banged this broad? Oh my gosh.
I'm
She's-
sorry, I gave her herpes. That was my
Oh.
bad.
Oh, okay. It's acceptable. Acceptable. It's okay.
Kildrak, Euphemia, and Antares are in front of you. Kildrak and Euphemia are both. They all look battered, and Euphemia is bleeding out of a large gash across her upper torso. Kildrak
I got
is
that.
is close to her, and I just got that too. Kildrak, his arm is hanging. His left arm is hanging limp at his side. His right hand clasping his large hammer. It glows. It still glows with divine energy, but it's flickering and stuttering, like a flame from a candle that's begun to die out. Antares is in full demon form. His wings shadowy, eclipsing the room around him. His gun sword leveled point blank at Malconthet, but you can see that the light in his eyes is dulled, and his posture is hunched over. There are no more of the red cartridges adorning his belt. They've all been spent, and you can see him panting deeply as Malconthet hovers in the air in front of them.
Does she look like she's still powered down, or is she back at full power, like that? Then initial power down.
She looks exactly like the last time you saw her.
Okay.
She says,
Okay, so you had a little
Okay,
bit
go on.
We
more
were gone.
dirt.
We were gone like 2 rounds.
Oh shit.
She says, perhaps you'll prove better entertainment than your friends here.
Yes. And Terry's, you work with me now.
She says, then let's see what you have. She claps her hands together,
Close your
and
eyes,
Antares, Euphemia, and Kildrak all collapse to the ground.
Nope. No.
As she
nope.
does that, we all put up a hand and say no.
I say, tell her no. We all tell her no at the exact same time.
I'll join
Do
in
it.
in this no.
No, sorry. Lady, if you do this, you have to understand that's like just fucking stupid. Like, why would you do that?
Can we see what she's doing as she claps, like the threads to the weave?
Okay,
that
so-
she's trying to reach out.
All right. So what you guys see now? So roll me a just oh geez, what is this? This is a call it a religion check.
Only if we had a cleric that was good at religion.
I know, right?
You have a mage that is.
Renly knows nothing about religion. Renly doesn't even believe in gods. She's like
I'm not
pure.
even, I'm not even well shaped. Oh god.
She doesn't.
She's
she
a pure
doesn't believe
naturalist.
in gods, but she believes in YouTube.
There's a god standing right in front of her, and she still doesn't believe in gods. So what you see is let's see. Actually, Deimos, you rolled like crap. Adis and Elwyn, you guys are able to peer beyond and see the power that she's deploying, and it is majestic. It is magnificent. It is divine in every dark way. The brutality that which she wields it, the almost, it was like nothing to her, to just suck the life away from your 3 friends. She truly had been toying with them. And now
I know it does not work. Damn it.
she says, "Let us see what you bring to bear. Come now."
Did her whatever she did actually hit them, or was it an illusion?
Oh, it was absolutely. It wasn't a hit. It was just she willed it to be, and it happened.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Let's do this.
All right. Now, so you guys are awakened, but you're still baby awakened things. I mean, this is a full-blown goddess in front of you.
Oh my god! For once, I didn't roll a sub 10 initiative.
I do want to ask real quick, like with
Mhm.
all of the medicine checking, the teleporting and all, could I have gone back to my moonside form during all of this?
Sure, 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 sure.
Awesome.
Let's see, do I have your new moon scythe? Let's see.
I think.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Did I update my sheets here? Yeah,
Hey,
I did.
if I use my thingy on my initiative and get a triple, do I get like 3 turns before her?
Initiative on your turn and get a triple. I would let you use. So if you wanted to roll it on, use your spark on initiative. If you got a 1, you would be where you are. If it were 2, you jump ahead to on the turn before, and 3 would jump 2 turns before.
All right. I'll pass this time.
Okay. All right. You guys rolled initiative, and let's see here. I had a sweet sound loop going last session. Let me just cue it up again. I guess you guys can't hear it because it's on the videos.
I don't actually watch them because I don't want to see something from your point of view that gives anything away.
Yeah. That's why I released them like a week late. Okay. Alright. So, at the beginning of the initiative, Malcontet acts first, and she charges forward. Not charges forward, she floats forward in the room ahead of you. Just totally walking over the corpses of your, not the corpses, but just the bodies of your collapsed friends. And you can see her hands. In one hand, a whip descends down, a long, lithe whip that you're not sure if it's a weapon or if it's an extension of herself. And she lashes out in front of her. Let's see. Renly, your icon didn't change.
No, my icon for some reason doesn't change, but I just made it to match the size of the wild.
Wait, Kildrak died too?
They're like
Yeah.
All
unconscious.
3 went down.
Good, yeah.
Holy shit. I'm gonna jack his hammer.
Should have changed your icon.
I'm totally use it as a paperweight.
No, we'll get them to work. We'll get them.
Okay. She lowers her hand in a whip and she slashes out first. She'll go at. Let's see, it's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Deimos. So the first whiplash comes at you.
What you gonna do, bitch?
Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Here's the attack roll.
Oh, looks like you hit me, you dumb bitch.
So it hits you. And so you take that damage, at 51 damage. Why are we not targeted? I'm targeted, I'm selected on Malcontet. To return, I have to click here.
Did you pull?
Oh, the
same-
icons. The icons are not. Okay,
Yeah.
then get rid of the icons.
Oh right, it's not the right.
Because it's new characters. Alright, hold on a
Yep.
second here. Renly. Elwyn.
Deimos, you might take
Deimos.
1 hit from a dragon then.
That's you, bitch.
There we go.
It's taking,
Okay.
smacking my face.
So you're going to take this damage first, as far as damage goes. And you're going to have to roll quick.
What should we do, bitch?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. I'm the wisest wizard there is. Bitch.
You actually barely saved that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you.
She
oh,
rips
thank
you.
you.
She rips the whip backwards, and you can feel the lash of it just rip across your face as the pull away is just as strong. It's not strong, but it still does damage on the first attack. As you see a smile cross her face, and she says, "Ah, surprising. Let's see if your friends are as resilient as yourself." A lash goes out at Adis.
Oh, that hits.
Okay.
It is
So
no.
first hit. Go ahead and roll your
Take
wisdom saving throw.
mark and I'll put it on your grave.
Wisdom save, you said?
Yep. You saved too. It's the same roll.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
She rips it away from you and does that damage. She says, "My, there's something different about you.
Can I make a
So,
quick
what
report?
could it be?" Sure.
Remember, bitch, I told you you needed a bigger army.
She says, "Oh, an army is not a problem for me. But we're playing games now in this moment, so let's see what you have." And she lashes a whip at Elwyn.
Oof.
That hits.
Okay. All right, Elvin, wisdom saving throw.
I'm not as good as those guys.
Come on, buddy.
I was gonna use my D3 thingy.
Okay.
Wait, didn't we have the
Come
hero
on,
feat?
come on, come on.
Did
So
that
wait,
wear
here's
off?
for you gives you advantage. Is that wisdom saves?
Yeah.
Do we have
That's
heroes
against
feast on?
being.
Oh, you know
I
what?
guess
I
yeah.
had cast my mantle too. On me. Would I have to have cast it again?
Well, I think the only thing that's left is the hero's feast. I think.
Yeah, the feast will stay. The feast will stay. So then you have advantage. Go roll again.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna multiply.
Okay.
Times
Roll a 3, roll a
2.
Okay. So that's enough to save. As she rips the whip away from you, she stands there. You can see a puzzled look across her face, and she says, "There's something different about you all. I can't wait to discover what it is." Adis, your turn.
We have been awakened. We have discovered Rule 34.
We found coffee. We have so much caffeine right now.
Adis, you're up.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save, and if I don't get a 20, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Definitely
Okay,
did
well,
not a 20.
Yeah, but I got over 20.
Oh,
I
okay,
thought you
okay.
meant to roll the 20. I was like,
No,
oh,
I got
Like,
roll over 20.
okay.
you
let's
dropped
see
a one.
here. I know. I will go into. You know what?
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 I'm gonna try something funny. I'm gonna. No, because she's probably immune to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna transform into. We've seen beyond the stars. Nebularos come forth.
Okay.
And I will true polymorph into Nebularos.
Alrighty. Alright. There's your Nebularis form. You'll have more. I'm gonna leave your character sheet as it is right now. I haven't decided how to change it.
That's cool.
Okay. Anything else?
And there's room here to fly? I mean, she's floating. Right?
Yeah, the ceiling is quite high. It's the apex of the dome, so it's hundreds of feet tall.
And I remember you saying there's like that thing here. So is this like some column rising up that we could assume is like probably don't want to touch it at the moment?
Yeah, it's a great big beam of green energy going straight up to the sky.
Okay, cool. So I want to fly over here and basically insert myself like a wall between her and them. That's essentially what I want.
So in front of her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
Renly, you're up.
then I don't have an action, so yeah, that's it.
Can I see around this big inky blob now? God
Sure.
damn it. Okay, sure.
I leave,
will
I leave
go.
a little peephole for you.
Okay, perfect. At that point, I will look towards Malcontent, and I am going to use that Archdruid ability and, just cast a spell without needing to use my somatic or verbal components. And I am casting a spell at my level. This is the spell magic, and I am going to use the Spark of Insight and maybe the Boon of Defensor for this, where I am going to try to look through the stream undergirding all reality, and
Okay.
I am going to try to break her connection with the Nexus and magic and the Weave, at least for now. I do not know whether it'll last long enough, but I just wanted to be unable to make that connection.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And I burned my 9th level for that, so I've cast.
Can I
spell
make a
9th.
player reminder?
Okay.
Because your character would be aware of this. She's a god. She has divinity.
Uh-huh.
No, Midas did tell us that the barrier was tied to her life force. So there
No,
was.
but I mean, if she has divinity, we probably can't sever her ability to use magic.
Well, we'll see how she rolls. Let's see how Renly rolls.
Okay,
Because
and
we're like the JV team going against the varsity team.
You ever seen the Mighty Ducks, dude?
Come on, bro. Got this.
No.
We're like-
We're the JV AO team going against the middle school varsity team.
No, actually, I was thinking we're going like the JV high school team going against like there's 4 of us. We're going against like the New England Patriots. Just like
Oh, the Patriots.
inconvenient.
Fuck the
and
Patriots.
here is my
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, 69.
Okay.
You get a 69er ass.
Wait, wasn't it 10? Was it 10 I had 2? Or
All right.
20? Oh, gross.
Malcolm is standing there, a slightly perplexed look across her face, but still that smirk of confidence. And Renly, you step up, channeling the full power of your moon scythe form, your body in tune with nature. Even this unearthly nature of the world around you, you find yourself honed into it, and you call forth as disruptive of a spell as you can muster. Now that would have been something in and of itself, but as you do so, your eyes, gazing into the beyond, see the energy drifting to you and being pulled from the weave, and you see the strings of eternity almost just intertwined in front of you, and you're able to reach out and just touch them briefly. As you do so, you change the spell in a way that you're not completely aware of, and it alters and forms to something unlike anything you've ever seen before. And as you deploy it, the energy just stretches out and it spiders itself around Malconthet, and you're able to see for the first time, it's like the invisible strands that are connecting her to the core of this place. And now, in just a brief moment of insight, you reach out and sever them. A look of shock and almost pain crosses her face, and then it's followed by a gasp and a cry out as she shrieks at the instant disconnection from the power of the core. She is rattled, and she floats back slightly, and she drops down to the ground, landing on her 2 feet. She pauses for the first time. Not weariness. The effect has of an attack or if something has crossed her face, and she looks up at you and she says, "What are you? How did you do that?"
All yours. And I turn towards Elwin and Deimos.
Ellen.
I'm gonna spread my wings, and they have like little rockets on them now. And I'm gonna go fly over here. And I'm gonna reach into my pants, cast an 8th level spell called Elwin's Invisible Blade. And this, you see, like a large, like the demon dong that we had, appears for a minute and then it disappears because it's invisible, and it flies and it's gonna try to penetrate her.
Where is it going to
Okay.
penetrate her?
Wherever it can find a hole.
And it misses!
It misses. But then I will quicken the firebolt. And the blade is going to keep attacking her until I tell it otherwise.
Okay.
Ooh. So we found the magic number. It's
You
35.
beat
guys.
it.
Okay. So you see her dodge the invisible. And she reacts quickly, and it just whiffs past her. But as your follow-up firebolt just scorches through the air with an energy that you're completely unfamiliar with, a ferocity, and explodes across her, just shaking her and knocking her back just slightly. And she looks up and she says, and you can tell there's a not a bewilderment, just a curiosity, a sick kind of interest in what's going on here. She says, "Never before has a mortal been able to do that to me." Deimos, what do you do?
Deimos is starting to spark. As you see, he slides. He's going to run through, slide through. So I cast Super Deimos. Get right to there. I have an action. Oh, shit, with my action, I would like to try to grab her face.
I'm gonna stick that in a not good place, bitch. Oh shit. Don't try to pull away too hard. Just get that net
Okay.
one, baby.
All right, so it's you're grappling her.
Yeah, I'm trying to like just like grab a hold of her so I can like just get into her and start railing her massive face.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right. Now, so I get a whole nother action after this, right? Because my super.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you see, I'm even more shiny now, bitch.
I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be highly inconvenient for you, bitch. And I'm gonna pummel your face. I'm gonna take that punch. Oh, hey,
I'm gonna use my War God's blessing to give me that +10.
You missed
Okay.
it by one.
We need these here. We need these here. Okay.
and I'll be like, oh, this is highly inconvenient. Oh, I'm so sorry, bitch. Oh, I don't know how this happened again. I'm just punching your face. I feel very bad about this.
Why is that a 423?
That is not making any sense. Wait.
Hold on a second here. What's
You
going
did
on?
this right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't look at the bottom part. I think you forgot.
Hold on a second here.
bottom.
Let me see what's going on here.
I mean,
1d20 plus 5d8 plus 4d10. Plus
It
three,
is
was it
on
plus
the-
303? Oh, that's not supposed to be right. That's not 15
Yeah.
each. There we go.
so yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Cheryl. Is it fixed now?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you hold control,
All right,
track the damage.
is
on
she
Cheryl,
healed up
it'll
from
Yeah, I got
the
it.
first
I got
two?
it. I'll
Oh,
take
you
care of
got
it.
it.
Okay, so 1, and then here's the second one. Okay. Oh damn.
Okay.
And then so that was for that, and then I'm gonna like just like do this whole thing as I get around here because I'm trying to like get around on her head, and I'm gonna like
Okay.
start trying to pull her head back as I'm gonna try to do a I'm gonna do a full Nelson on this bitch. And I want to add one of my divine things for it.
So
'Cause I'm,
wait,
like,
that was
I'm
a
gonna
D6,
really get
right?
ready for the most.
Was that a D3
Yeah,
or
D6,
D6?
so
Okay, so
This
that's
is
a 2.
D6, so 2. because I really want to get ready for a sick ass, cool move.
Okay. So wait. So what was that? What was that for?
That was to like pretty much full grapple her. So the first one I grappled her. The second one was
Okay.
to full grapple her, and
Okay.
bonus action I activate my shield.
Okay.
It's a mistake.
So did you take your second
So
action yet?
shiny shit.
Those are those 2 attacks, right?
Yeah. That was my second action. So yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, you activate your shield. Okay. Let's see. Moon Scythe is already. Let's see. Moon Scythe. There should be 2 Moon Scythes. All right. At the top of initiative, you can see she's rattled. She's rattled slightly. She says, the fact that she's been struck by a mortal is bewildering to her. There's a look of a temporary moment of confusion that crosses her face before she turns and becomes a gaze of anger.
Ellen, heal yourself for 20.
Alrighty.
I'm pulling her head back.
Okay.
My bitch. I'm like on her shoulders, getting that back. I'm gonna get ready for some good shit.
Embrace. Since you're grappling her, you find yourself completely embraced, likewise by her in return, and her long arms just wrap around you, and her eyes gaze into yours, and she says, "Submit, mortal." Okay.
I just don't want to.
Okay. So you're gonna have to roll your wisdom saving throw.
I don't think so.
If I feel like I'm failing it, I'll use another one of my sparks.
What
But
do you
I feel
think?
like I'm gonna use it.
I took out your succubuses. I'm gonna take your face and now do
Okay.
bad stuff to it.
Okay. You were and you felt as you feel your mind beginning to drift away from you. You by sheer force of will and seeing what she's doing, just completely reject the intrusive thoughts into your mind. And she's
Sorry.
again, I'm completely surprised by what you've done.
It's me. I'm just not into ugly women. It's not your fault. It's just
She
it's not
says-
your genetics. It's your genetics. It's not your fault.
she scowls at you and she says, "Then die." She says,
I don't want to do that. It's highly inconvenient. Actually, trust me on this one. We get a 50-50 chance of coming back because the overgot AO is just mean to us.
she says, "Attendance to me." And as she says that, the
Why didn't you gag her, Deimos?
Wait. That's for next turn. Whoa, bitches. Haven't I already killed you?
3 succubi appear, summoned by her calls, around you, and they all attack you. Okay. Let's see. This is advantage.
Oh, damn. Plus
Okay.
20s.
Second one. Third one. So the 3 demonesses all appear around you, and as one, their fangs and their claws come out, and with Malcontet just likewise holding you, as you're grappling her, she's grappling you. They attack you with their claws, begin to sink into you. Their tails lash out and tear into your form.
Bitch.
Okay, let's see
This
here.
ain't nothing.
So this is
I
the
killed
first
my-
one.
My baby cat for years. You guys can't pull me down.
Second one. Third one. Crit.
Wasn't the first
Okay.
one?
Wow.
Oh, they were all crits? Oh, gosh.
No, the third one was a crit.
The first damage you rolled was
First
a
one
crit.
was a crit, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh, because of the dice. Here, let me
No biggie.
subtract the. That's about 50. No, it was half. It was about 25. So you're at 98. Okay, I fixed it. Okay. So she summons those 3. That will be the end of her turn. Adis, you're up.
Deimos, you're in your ball, right?
Nuke these bitches.
As long as you can do a fuckload of damage, if you're not
I
gonna
can
do it,
I can do a fuckload of damage.
like how much is a fuckload?
10d100.
Yes, do the fuckload, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna
Can I
use
pull
my.
Deimos towards me since if I see
Oh.
Aegis?
I'm just.
Is that a
gonna do
reaction
the
or is that an
solar-
action?
It's I think we ruled it as a free action.
Yeah.
Like
But I
whenever
got the
put it-
bitch grappled.
or we can call it a reaction if you like.
I mean, Deimos on his turn could have pulled you to him. Not in this moment. No, Adis, you're up.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Ewan, I'm stuck.
I do it.
All right.
If he's gonna do that much damage, as much as he says, I'm gonna do bubble.
Okay.
Bubble.
It's halved on a if you save. It's halved.
Wait, how much damage are you doing?
10d100.
10d100.
Oh, that sounds like a
Bubble.
Bubbles.
Do you have resistance to fire or radiant?
No. I'm just a
Hamster
normal
ball it.
human.
So
I'm literally
you
just a
would-
commoner.
Well, if you save, you take half. So,
Yeah, so I bubble and like,
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my farm.
alright. So can I? Is it? Oh wait. I'm gonna do it by some. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're gonna bubble, so you won't take any. Let's see if it'll do this correctly. Nope. Whoa.
You're targeted on all of them. That's right.
Yeah, but it won't work because I don't actually control it on the combat tracker, so I have to do that. Succubus 1 failed. Succubus 2 failed. Succubus 3 fails, and she'll probably either she succeeded.
Oh, wait,
So-
Succubus 2 got a nat 20.
Yeah, get that 20. It'll succeed too.
Oh, it said failure, so I was just looking at the failure part. I wasn't looking at the actual roll. And then here's the. I'm going to use my little thingy to multiply this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spark it with. Damn. Oh well, it was worth a shot.
Okay. So 1 and 3 take it. Actually, wait, why is that resisted? That's radiant damage. No, 1 and 3 burst into dark fire as they completely just evaporate. Okay. The beam just surges out from in front of you, just ripping through their forms. Only one remaining is the one across from Deimos.
Out of curiosity, does it blow a hole in the wall behind them?
Yeah, it just carves out a big chunk of matter and just keeps going for as far as you can see.
And
on the
I will
bright
move
side.
my.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's your turn. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm gonna move here up to her to try to still give Elwyn and Renly vision, but to try to make it harder for her to fuck with them.
Okay,
And that's my turn.
Renly, you're up.
Okay, I was trying to avoid Nebularis in this, but now I can't. So, okay, I starfall over there. So
Okay.
let's do that.
He's
there
like
we go.
full of stars. He'll be fine. Trust me.
What kind of damage is it?
I'm a wizard.
Oh, hold on, I can do it from my sheet. So this is radiant? No, cold.
I'm
You're- you-
immune. I'm
yeah,
immune to
you're
cold.
good. Okay, and so let me just put this in. And
Assuming your starfall isn't a special kind of
here we
cold.
go. I am going to do my little thingamajig for the boon of Biffin.
Okay.
Go.
Damn.
And at this point, as this goes off, I need to know, did the Tiamat come back? Because I'm going to use it on this.
Oh, wait. The Boon of Tiamat, does it come back?
I don't know. That's what
Oh,
I'm trying to
shit.
figure out.
You got your rest. Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, and I'm multiplying. I'm doing my spark on the boon.
I'm throwing up right now.
Because you gave it to us, I'm like, you know what?
Oops.
Oh wait, so it's the first one 3. So, 3 multiplier! Yay!
Yeah. Oh, you're a sick person.
I am
actually.
very sick because
What
she
the
was
sick.
awful.
shit was that you just? How much damage is that?
So
Okay,
that
so the-
into 3. Sorry.
It's like it by blows up.
Oh.
So you're probably gonna so let's see here. I'll let you apply the spark just to her because otherwise you'd insta kill Adis.
Oh, yeah, I figured the boon of Tiamat.
It-
Oh, sorry, the boon of Tiamat would only apply to her. So I'm assuming that the damage only would get multiplied on her. Then.
The starfall doesn't hurt me.
Okay, let me just double check here. So she does Starfall, 481 damage. Wait, Starfall, 26, that's 34 saves. So it did 0 damage to you, yeah. And then she does her Boon of Tiamat,
Which is only
1295.
on Malcolm Deck.
Okay, alright. So that's correct then. So
And that's what
1295.
you're multiplying by 3 is the Tiamat heads.
Yes.
Holy Jesus.
I'm just like, we need to get it down. So yes.
That's 4,845 fucking damage. What type of crack are you on, lady?
What did I
I'm just
take
gonna
a
go home.
what did I take a
Oh,
what did I take 1,037 damage from?
Oh no, that was from the Boon of Tiamat. Take that back. Take that back. I don't
okay.
know how to undo that.
He'll have to do it.
And that's about
Plus-
it.
I think after that we might get her down to 75% health, baby.
What do
Okay.
you got, Renly?
Oh, did,
Alright.
did it actually hit her? I do not know whether it actually
Oh shoot, that did a lot of damage.
the Tiamat
So the
damage went on.
the again, you see the 5 chromatic heads of Tiamat roar up in front of you, and this time you guide them with a skill otherworldly, seeing a little bit of the core of what the divine constitution that makes up Malconthet. You guide the heads, and they strike with crippling accuracy. She's blasted back from where she is, slamming into the wall back here. Deimos, she's broken out of your arms, and you know her grapple with you is completely shattered as she slams against the wall. Her body showing the scar, the wear of your attack. She collapses down to the ground, hits her knees, her hand on the ground, and she looks up, and you can see blood dripping from her mouth and cracking down just from a myriad of wounds that have small cuts and bruises and that have opened up across her shoulders and her chest. All right, Ellen.
Finish her. And that's about it.
Alright, so that misses, and then I'm gonna do Firebolt. Jesus. And I'll quicken.
She does have a high SAC.
35, I think, is what we figured out.
Okay, Deimos, you're up.
Nobody misses my buddy's attacks, you son of a bitch.
And then you see just like a apeshit monkey on her face. I jump up on that bitch, and I'll go swingy boy 1. I'm gonna add that plus 10 to that son bitch. So I have these cool things.
I'll be like,
Okay.
not today.
Oh shit! I can only use it once per turn. So I'll miss on that one, and then I've got one more. But I will grapple her.
Okay.
Come over here, bitch. Take her face down.
Wait, didn't she collapse to the ground? You have advantage on these if she's prone.
I think she's like probably still up. I'm guessing.
Oh,
She's
okay.
on like a
Yeah.
knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but you still
Yeah,
grapple her.
Slink to the side. You see 3 more quick punches to the back of the head. I'm just like,
You don't even see this coming. I'm fucking Batman. You can't even see me. I can't even see my punches. They're obviously missing. This is a terrible idea.
Oh my
gosh,
god,
damn.
Dad.
Miss, please stop moving when I'm trying to attack your face.
She says, I see that you are no ordinary mortals. She says, let's see the true nature of your resolve. And she closes her eyes. You can feel the power emanating off of her, and the room begins to spin and swirl as she vanishes from your arms, Deimos.
No, you bitch.
She vanishes from your arms, and you guys can see you see 4 areas of darkness begin to appear. One here, one here, one in front of you, and one in front of Deimos. Okay?
Okay. What do they look like? Like, is it like
Hold
a
on one
physical
second.
black form, or?
These four sections of darkness are roughly the size of a person. They begin to shimmer and coalesce, and you hear her voice echoing through the room. She says, I have seen into your hearts just like you have seen into mine. She says, now the true test of your resolve begins. Okay. And suddenly the four zones in front of you take shape, and you can see the people that are now standing in front of you. Renly, yours transforms into a kind of a haggard, kind of bent over, stooping form. A second here. Okay. And then you see taking shape in front of you this person. Elwyn, yours
Don't
takes
do
on the
it.
form.
Don't do it. Damn it. I knew it.
Adis, yours takes on the form of a curious
That's just
half
cold.
elven form.
Can we
female.
all see each of the forms, or do the ones not in
Oh
front of us
yes.
just look like
Oh
that?
yes. No,
Okay.
these are actual creatures in front of you. And Deimos.
Okay.
And if you pull it, I think you're a bitch. You're an asshole,
So
sir. You're a
so
bad
standing in
bad
front of
person.
you, with shocked looks on their faces, all of them, all of them just appear there, and they look at themselves and they're like, "What?" Kotinin says to you, he says, "Renly, what? What is the meaning of this? What? Why am I? Why am I here? I was to be in the afterworld." Eloise says to you, Elwyn, he says, "Elwyn, he says, how? Why am I here, Elwyn? My people, my people were dying around me, and now, what is going on?"
I'm just shaking my head with my mouth open. I don't know what to say.
Um, a voice.
Um,
Go on. What are you doing?
can I do something?
Yeah. Do you know the person in front of you?
I don't know. Do I?
I don't
Um,
know. Do you?
roll a religion
That
check.
would be up to you whether I'd ever like seen a visage of her before.
Roll a religion check.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, the rest of you, the person in front of of Adis, you all recognize just briefly, having seen her moments or in a brief form, a long time ago. Although when you saw her, she was entrapped in a large amber crystal and just a shadow of herself.
What's up, God, good lady?
So as I know, as a matter of logic, that she's dead,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Um, through our vision, does the thing in front of me have a physical form?
Yes, it does.
8th level banishment, and I banish all 4 of them.
This is a different plane, right? Like we are in a pocket dimension or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
At
I
the
guess
at the
we
same
would get.
time, I say enough of these games, you stupid witch. Get out here and fight.
Um, you hear the voice echo through the room. She says, This is my realm. You play by my rules." Right? And as you begin to cast the banishment spell, you can feel that the very nature of this world rejects your casting of the spell. It's like
Can I?
the it's like the
Is it
area
like?
around you itself just
So is it like it's
counterspells you.
not powerful enough?
Huh? A little bit of that, and also it's
It's
like in her
divine,
realm,
no.
she
Yeah.
can, yeah. I mean, she can counterspell anything she wants. It's actually in her description
No, that's
without
fine.
limit.
I'm just wondering
She
if I
says,
can sense the nature of what is preventing it. If it's just a counterspell, that's something.
well, it's more than just a counterspell. It's she
It's her
has
lair,
she's
like lair
conditioned this
action.
world to not accept
Yeah, it's a
to be
kind of like a
hostile to your
divine
casting.
barrier that she has, I think,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
Um, and
Do I sense any? Oh,
the small elven female in front of you looks up at you with confusion in her eyes. She says, "I know you, and yet I should not be seeing you."
can I see divinity in her?
No.
Seriously, witch, these games aren't funny. Come out and fight.
She says,
When
Actually, actually, I'm gonna make since this visage happened, I'm gonna make another wisdom save or do something stupid. Okay.
Deimos, in front of you, you see Nina. Um, she says, "Deimos?"
What?
And you see fear in her eyes.
Can
She
I
says,
look?
"I
Can I look at her and tell if she's true? Because I can guarantee Dan must be able to tell if it's a fake or not.
Oh, it's
Like,
absolutely her. is
Okay, where's this
absolutely her.
bitch at? Where's this bitch
She
at? You
says,
know, Deimos.
she says, Deimos,
What?
she says,
Yes.
I,
Oh,
she says, I was coming to you. I'd
no.
gathered my
What?
people, and I'd
What
heard of
happened?
your war. We were coming,
Tell me
and
what
we
happened.
encountered a large
Oh,
creature, and
God.
suddenly I'm here.
Oh
I don't
no.
understand.
What happened? Did you get killed? What happened? Oh no.
No.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
You guys. So looking at them, you guys know that these are absolutely the people that you most love.
Hmm.
Renly, and you don't know how they came here, how they came to be here, but you know that both Kotinin and Mistra. So Kotinin had died, and yet
Yeah.
he appears before you, in his body material, his physical body standing in front of you. Um, Elwyn, this is Eloise, taken from her place on the battlefield and placed in front of you now. Deimos, Nina, and her, as she told you, and her people had been trying to meet with you to join forces with the battle. They'd gotten waylaid by some creature or some distraction, but suddenly she finds herself here now. And for you, Adis, this is the mortal form of Mistra.
But
She
it's
had been slain. She had been slain as a goddess, and her spirit had gone on to another life, but she had been ripped from that, rejoined with her mortal body, um, and is now standing in front of you.
so we know this isn't an illusion.
This is no illusion.
Okay, I got to move
Okay,
because this is like a
As
dream come true.
you hear the voice come through. She says, "And now you will fight, kill,
Will we?
or be
Okay.
killed." And you see the eyes of all four individuals in front of you just wince in pain and shut, and as they reopen, their eyes are not their own, and they
In
all
that
go for.
moment, can I react?
Um,
I
you
did.
can
I
react when
was
it's your
kind of
initiative.
wondering. Oh no, I was wondering like when this happens and we are looking
Uh-huh.
at this happen. Rennie's basically trying to see if she can see where the source of this is coming from. Like we know she's gone into her realm or she's somewhere, but is there like waves of power emerging from a single source or something?
And
So you can either try to roll an insight, a perception check to try to see that. Um,
Okay.
but being in her realm, it's gonna be at disadvantage because you're not very
Okay.
familiar with it, unless you want to use one of your sparks.
Okay. And let's do that then. Perception and here we go.
So just so you guys know, your sparks are the only thing that you have to combat the divine.
Yeah. Oof.
just for triple check clarity, we
Mhm.
know that the people in this room are real. They're not constructs, they're not illusions, they're the actual physical person.
Correct.
Okay. Thanks, Adis. Or thanks, Midas.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. This is a new battle.
Do we roll
I'll
initiative
let you
again?
guys. Let's see here. You see them go for. You see Elwyn in front of you. You see Eloise go for her axes in front of you. The oops. They're not going to appear on the character on the combat tracker. I'll keep track of their stats in front of me. Go ahead and roll initiative.
I am going to use my last spark on my initiative.
Okay. You go one turn early, so you go first. Adis, what do you do?
As a free action, I'm going to drop my polymorph.
Okay.
Where's Where's my actual token? I forget where we left it. Alright, so this is for all the marbles. I return to my normal form, and I walk up to Mistra, summoning all my willpower to influence the flow of the world around me.
Okay.
Here before me stands Mistra, the god in all her glory, unmolested by this demon bitch.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
That my statement is, here before me stands the god Mistra in all her glory, unmolested by this demon bitch.
Are you using Miracle?
Yes, I'm using Miracle.
So you're trying to return to her godhood?
Yes. It would be the thing he would do in this situation.
I mean, there is a divinity, spark of divinity somewhere in this realm that you can rip out. So.
Oh, I plan on taking her divinity when we kill her ass.
Oh no, I mean, like, take her divinity and put it in Mistra.
Well,
Roll a d20.
You know, I might. Okay. I don't suppose I could use a boon to just make it a 20.
You have a boon that makes it a 20?
Well, the boon that makes like a die roll at max, I think. Or
that's an attack.
something.
Or
it's
something
an
like that.
attack?
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
This is not even a check. This is roll a d20. This is just a straight d20.
Awful. Oh my god.
You achieve a vestige of success. This is a request way beyond anything that you, and not even something that you can understand. This is a wish.
It's
for you.
more like a plea than
Yeah. Look, I mean, you looking in, opening your eyes, you look into the flow of the world around you, and this is not something. This is way beyond your comprehension of something to be able to do. It's a plea to a greater power. It's born from your soul, the deepest part of your soul, and only because of the heartfelt nature of the plea are you even remotely successful. You see, you see Mistra in front of you gasp. Her eyes had gone cold, her mind not her own, but as she closes them, a faint shimmer of light appears around her, and you can see power being drawn to her and just collecting around her. This is not a lot of power. This is just residual energy in the air around her, just forming a faint glow around her. You're not exactly sure what you've done or what you were able to accomplish in her physical form, but you do know one thing: you've broken the control that Malconthet had over her. She opens her eyes. Her eyes are now her own, and she says, she reaches out and she places her hand on your chest, and she says, "My mind is my own. Thank you, Adis."
And I just kneel.
She says, "Of all my followers, you were always the one who loved me most."
Yes.
She says, "It breaks my heart that I have no longer had the strength to bestow upon you." Okay.
And I just say, seeing you is the greatest gift that I could have ever received.
Deimos, your turn.
Gay. You see Deimos grab Captain Fluffy Paws. And unfortunately, what these gods don't know is that the bond between Captain Fluffy Paws and Deimos and the rest of the party actually is more important than like a spark or figuring out the meaning of life and all that type of stuff, obviously. So I'm gonna grab Captain Fluffy Paws, and you see just like I'm pressing my shield against her face, and like I'm like, because it's like doing that holy energy, and I'm like at the same time I'm like gonna do like a greater restoration. I'm just like trying to pump this like holy energy, just break this thing to him, like, and I'm trying to like pull her towards me to get back because I have this cat pouch still on my chest and I've never gotten rid of it.
I'm like, it's here for you. We can once again literally conquer the galaxies and everything again. Just me and you, and actually everybody else. Some chimichangas. But actually, Euphemia's gone, so you probably actually will be more likely to do this.
Okay.
All right.
Roll a wisdom check. As you rush up to her and you grapple her with one arm, and you place your holy symbol against her, and you unleash your radiant restorative power. The plea, shouting out the plea from again from your heart. She looks up at you, and her eyes are looking closer. You can see her eyes behind the glaze, and she looks up at you. This is your longtime companion, and tears appear in the corners of her eyes. And she says, "Deimos, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Deimos."
Don't be sorry. Papa Deimos is always here. I'm gonna walk you down the aisle. As long as it's not with that werewolf asshole, you can go fuck yourself. Anyone but that guy. He's weird and he has no muscles. I'm gonna
You
save
feel
you.
her, and then you feel her claws embed themselves into your chest.
Ugh.
That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. We're gonna fix this.
Okay.
Yep. Is this magic? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Magic damage. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So,
Okay. And then her and then she opens her mouth, and you see the cat-like fangs come down, and she begins to slash and chomp away at your throat, since she's so close to you.
Hey, it's just pushing her away. I'm really careful for much. It's okay. You don't have to keep biting at me.
I'm pushing her down. I'm trying to like pin her down. Like I know she's gonna be able to scratch me and stuff like that, but I'm like,
Come on. Oh shit. Okay, I'm burning that. Ow.
Okay. So 110 plus 55 plus 68. Plus. All right. Okay. Elwyn.
oh, I was already adding the
Oh.
damage up.
Oh, you
Sorry.
did?
Yeah, here,
Sorry.
I'll fix it again. But no.
All right, go ahead. Elwyn, you're up.
Okay. So I'm gonna look over at Mistress already broken out of
Yes.
this thing. So I'm gonna use my miracle, and I'm going to feel the structure of this realm that we're in, and I don't know how exactly how this would work. So let me know if it's possible at all. Find seeing like in the weave or in the threads of the construction of this place, and try to figure out a way to make a tear in it, to be able to pretty much will Eloise, Nina, and Kotinin
Mm-hmm.
to be sent out of this realm. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to try to break the influence that she has on them, and then hopefully one of my companions tries to send them away. So I'm going to try to free their minds. I'm going to fill them with emotions of when we were alive. I know, with Eloise it'll be a lot easier. Nights we spent together, stuff like that. but with Kotenin, maybe him and Renly drinking some tea, experimenting with those weeds that they like to
Mushrooms,
have.
mushrooms, yes.
Mushrooms. With Deimos, I mean, we spent so much time with Nina, so I try to make her feel the safetiness of the little pouch that she was always in during our adventures, for her to remember the love that Deimos has for her and that she had for him. What would you like me to roll?
D20.
And I will use, since this is, I'm feeling that only a spark can kind of break through this, I will use one of my sparks as well.
Woohoo!
I will lucky that. It was fate. And then 83. So 14.
A cry of your deepest emotion. You again, from the core of who you are, you look into Eloise's eyes, and you can see behind the glaze that the woman you love is still there. You focus yourself and begin to channel all of your knowledge, all of this small just beginning, this small spark, this small sprout of understanding of this world around you. You pour every ounce of your emotion, of your intellect, of your physical strength into this plea, and you reach out and you grasp the world as it truly is, and you begin to change it. As you do that, you feel one of Eloise's axes coming down across your shoulders.
I don't think I would even move.
No,
Having
it hits
faith in, yeah.
Okay, I'm adding that. And you channel every ounce of your energy. The first attempt, not really being able to move much in the world around you, you cry out again, and you with your second roll, you again redouble your efforts and pour all your strength into moving and influencing the nature of the existence around you. Another axe blow falls across your back. You can hear Eloise amidst the swinging of her axes. You hear what sounds like cries of pain or anguish, just escaping from her muffled lips. And finally, with your last effort, you apply a spark of insight. Just comes to mind, and you realize what you've been doing wrong, and you change your approach, and you are able to move the world slightly. And you look up, and you see Eloise, tears streaming across her face, dropping her axes to the ground. She leans forward and wraps her arms around you. Likewise, Kutinin, in front of you, Renly, he had already begun to channel a devastating spell, but you see it evaporate in front of him as his hands open up, and he drops the wand that he had been using as a focus, and he says, "Renly." Deimos, Nina, her claws embedded in your torso, her neck, her teeth sunk deep into your neck, your arms embracing around her. You feel the aggression just fade away from her, and as she releases her attack, she looks up and she says, Tamos, what,
Kitty cat.
what happened?
Just getting your statue. It's gonna be okay.
Midas.
Yep.
At any point while Owen is manipulating this world, is at any point during that my connection to my homunculus restored even for a moment?
No.
Okay.
Not at that moment. Not at that moment, but just wait a second here. Elwyn, do you do anything else?
Nope, I don't.
All right, you were on your knees. Your hands were you look down and you see your hands embedded in the ground as you had clutched the core of the flow of power, or the flow of substance, of the substance of the world, and you feel Eloise draping her arms over you, crying. Renly, in that moment, do you say anything? Do you do anything?
All I whisper to Colton is, Colton, there is a god in these walls, and I just look out. We have to deal with that, and I just nod towards him.
Okay.
It's a matter of correction. There's two.
You hear then, coming through the walls, this eerie voice begin to reverberate. She says, I don't know how you are doing what you've done. I don't know who you are. But this will end. This will not continue, she says. You've parried my blow, but the game is not over yet. And you can see flickers in the wall as Malkanthet reappears. And she says, I will, if I cannot slay you myself, or break your wills, then I will bring to bear a force you cannot contend with. And she screeches, and as she does, you feel the plane around you begin to shake. It's like a massive earthquake begins to rip apart this plane. The ground splits open, cracks appear in the walls around you. Rocks begin to fall down around you, just bludgeoning, just smashing into the ground all over you. What do you guys do?
Can I just as a matter of record, I'm constantly on lookout if for even a fraction of a second I get any connection to my homunculus.
So she's trying to transport somewhere. Sorry, I was a little bit off for a second. I got a weird email.
I think she just cast a giant colossal bitch earthquake.
All you know is that she's absolutely perplexed at why her efforts, for you guys to be able to break her control over these creatures was something that was way beyond the ability of mortals. Gods themselves would not have been able to, it would have taken the act of a greater god to break her hold over the creatures that are in front of you, and yet you guys were able to do it. So she is infuriated.
At this point, seeing she's trying to get away, do some shifty shit, and I know she's weakened, Deimos is going to squint his eyes down because he is not very happy what he did to his. I mean, pretty much Captain Filthy Boss, who is probably the greatest god of all the gods. Let's be serious about this. And he's going to use his miracle. And he's going to be like, all of us, first the one of you. You think you're so strong. On top of a mountain, we're going to fight to the death. The four of us, first the one of you. Because you think you're some tough shit, bitch. And I'm going to cast the coolest, the greatest cage fight of all mankind.
Alright, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So, alright, hold on to that. Because your turn just ended. It's Renly was going. So we're going to have to hold that because this happens. Let's get the order of this. So, she's screeching, and the world begins to shake, and the ground rips open and cracks open around you. Now you see, like, in the rocks and stuff, pieces of her likeness stuff, but you don't actually see her in and of herself. But what you do notice is that this world around you is beginning to break apart. Okay, so Deimos, you're trying to. It's back at top of initiative. You're trying to
That's me.
transport the four of you to a mountaintop with her.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the mountaintop, caged in. I'm thinking she fucked over all the dragons, so what would be even better if we kill it on top of that big dragon mountain. And I'm just like, cage fight to the death for all the world to see. You versus us, because we're the underdogs. It's like she's like the superstar. We're just like those four nobodies, and we're just like, and we're gonna take you down, bitch, because you disrespected our families.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I don't wanna, because I'm not gonna. All right. Ooh, I'll take it. I'll take an 18. I'm like, and that's what's gonna happen. And you see, like, I put my Macho Man, Randy Savage band on my head.
So, as you're channeling as you were like Elwyn was, reaching out into the world around you, the first thing you notice is that that amidst the current of the world, you see the bit of stream that is connected to her. And the first thing you do is swim out to it, just moving through, not even matter in space. You're moving through the substance of reality. You reach out and you grab onto this cord that's tethered to her almost. It's like her, and it's not just her lifeline. It's not even her soul. It's all of her existence, her destiny, her past, all the probabilities that surround her and make up who she is. You grab it with your hands, and you begin to try to move all of you to this place that you fixated on in your mind. Okay? As you're doing this, the world around you, the room around you continues to fracture, and in the dark panels of the sky and of the cave, you see light beginning to streak through as the darkness begins to shatter around you. Again, you grabbing onto her being, her substance. You pull on it, and you feel her crying out, being basically extracting her from the depths of her plane, from the area in her this realm of hers, this lair of hers that she was residing in, that she was basically embedded into the substance of this reality, and you just pull her out of it. She screeches, but as that happens, you continue to see the world around you begin to tear apart. So two things happen. One, as you pull her to you, the four of you are all gathered into this area. As you gather yourself and your like you said, your allies to yourself. Okay? Malconthet appears in the center.
Holding on to Mistrix, I ain't letting her fall into a hole in the ground.
Well,
Unless
unfortunately,
they
Deimos, the way Deimos phrased it, it's the four of you. So you're pulled away from Mishra as well. And as the four of you, so you guys can see this.
Then again, I believe in these guys. I do.
All right, are there in the core with Malconthet at the center. Your allies, having been wrested free from their domination, from from Malekith's control over them are standing further back or in the areas where they were before. You look around, Deimos, and you begin to channel the power of just moving, just changing the direction of this stream of reality and relocating yourselves to this mountaintop. You're not even sure how you're doing it. You're just aware that it can be done, and that awareness and your application of your willpower begins to make it happen. So you can feel yourselves beginning to be moved, and you look around you as this reality that you exist in right now breaks apart.
I mutter to Colton, run, you fool!
And go to the magic pen.
And what you see is that the barrier has broken, has fallen apart, and you guys have rejoined with the plane of the mortal plane, and all around you are hundreds of thousands of demons, and war erupts all around you as she has lowered the barrier that was protecting the core. So looking around, you see demons upon demons all over, and then you are all whisked away.
Can I react before we're whisked away? Now that I see the barrier is down.
Probably not, but what are you trying to do?
In my head reaction, I want
What are you trying to do?
grab my mask and reach out to the keeper of the weave and say, "Our Lady has returned. Take her home."
All that you're able to accomplish in that moment before Deimos teleports you is that a brief connection with your homunculus just blips into your mind, and then you guys are whisked away.
Oh, if he's taking us to somewhere in the material plane, I can just do it when we get there. It'll be the same thing. Hopefully. Is this the mountain I made the dragons on, by the way?
Don't think so.
Okay.
This is Mount Dracarys. This is the summit. This is where the dragon lords were first convened.
Cage match. This is gonna be great.
Okay. You guys are teleported, and it's the sheer power that had to be deployed in order to make this happen is disorienting to all of you. And yet you find yourselves
Deimos, if she dies, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Why would you try to kill me? She was already dead. Now she's alive again. So first off, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. So I guess I will also take your wallet.
I don't have any money.
Well, I'll take your book then.
You can take my empty wallet. Here's my empty coin pouch.
Ooh, thank you very much.
okay. Alone atop this desolate, abandoned mountain, with the remnants of former structures, a temple that was raised in honor of dragonkind around you. You guys stand on top, the center of this massive pedestal, a pedestal crafted for a dragon. And there in the center of it, you stand gazing into the form. She's about 9 feet tall, of Malekith standing in front of you.
Are we giving the malcontent the name of a cage right now?
She in a cage, bitch.
Uh,
This is a
and you look
wrestling
around
match.
you, and the pedestal is the cage.
Okay,
Okay, this circle that I drew on the map.
so we're in the cage with her. Okay, cool, cool.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, guys. It's super cool. Trust me on it.
Okay, so 1 second here. Let me see what the cage move spell says again. So, you bring down a radiant cage around a monster you can see at the beginning of combat and raise up a wrestling ring beneath it. The cage and ring are always to scale. Um, let's see. As a bonus action, at the end of any turn, you may choose an ally to join the cage. So you guys are already in there. You continue adding allies. Vanishing portals and sensory distortion can be used within the ring but cannot pass through it. The ring is entirely inescapable without defeating one's opponents in the cage match, and beings outside it cannot be attacked from within.
Sounds pretty good if you have like god powers.
Okay.
Alright, bitch. You ready
Okay.
for this?
Malcontent, as you guys arrive, as you land there, you all just kind of like are like have been knocked down to the ground, and you look up, and she has stood up, and she's standing there towering over you, um, and the cunning in her eyes has returned, and she peers at you, and she's like she's peering through your soul. She says, "I don't know how you've done what you've done. You all have been perplexing me for a while now. But," she says, I think I've begun to figure it out. And I know that you cannot do that again."
That's what you think. I can do it
The
2 more
smile,
times.
p- um,
I can do it 2 more times, bitch.
a smile begins to spread across her face, and she opens up the hand that's in front of her, and large claws extend from it. Her wings spread out behind her, and she says, "Very well. We do this the dirty way."
Yep.
Okay? And I think we're going to end it right there.
God damn it!
No, don't give her extra powers. No.
24
So-
Need
minutes!
So, um, and the reason I'm doing it is because I had planned something different. I didn't plan for you guys to be here.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's totally
okay.
fine. I just gotta rework this thing.
We just spent miracle after miracle after miracle. We were
We
like, no,
did.
let's just do this.
I know.
Oh,
we
you're
got
gonna do
a
it. Yeah,
we got a
the miracle is gonna be honored. You guys are gonna be are in this cage until either you guys die or she dies.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. That's what Dan wants to have done.
Oh, I like it.
Now, yeah. So, back in the middle of the war, though, you guys are cut off again, basically inside this divine cage that you've created. So you're not sure exactly what's going on out there.
But Courtney, Mistra, and Nina are back, baby. That's obviously got out.
So the
I mean,
old man, he's
they're back,
pretty
but-
spiffy, right?
He was the headmaster of Mistrala before Telephos, and before when
So
he was
he's
younger.
thin. So she'll probably be alright.
In his prime, he was. He's quite old now, but also they're in the middle of basically of the demon horde. So
We gotta finish this.
I
fast.
can't imagine that her presence would go unnoticed by a certain somebody. Hopefully, we'll see.
Well, you know what? He's gotta wait till we do this ring match before he can get in here, so he can go suck a dick.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the current keeper of the weave may possibly notice that she's back.
okay.
Is this a ladder
Um,
match or?
Yeah. Like
No,
there's
we're all in.
we're all in. We all got
You're all
here
inside.
real early.
He already
You're
tagged
all
us in.
inside the ring together.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
4v1 tag match.
so, Adis, as just for your perspective now, you've seen now that reflecting on it a little bit, you know at least that a spark of divinity has been returned to Mistra. She's probably on the level of Kildrak, just a small glimmer of divinity, just awakened inside of her.
We should probably be
Nowhere
safe for as
near,
long as it takes us to
I
kill
mean,
this bitch.
there's other
nowhere near who she
gods.
was before.
Yeah.
Are we like?
I'm
Are we gonna find out like this
But
is like out of character? Are we gonna find out how like there's other gods that like take care of like the same portfolios in like other area, or like we keep it like more of this realm?
um.
Because there's like
Well, there are a variety of gods.
okay,
Portfolios do overlap in certain areas, but for the most part, the core of their portfolios
all right, sweet.
are owned by certain gods. So the fact that Mistra's portfolio has passed on to Akelia, Mistra, just because she's back doesn't mean she becomes the goddess of the weave again. She just has a small
right,
bit of divinity, but
Okay,
she's
okay,
basically a goddess without a portfolio.
okay.
right.
Okay.
Oh, just so you all are aware. So Midas, you know the little wisdom checks I was rolling
Mm-hmm.
to see if I was gonna do something stupid. This is how much different this whole thing might have played out because I was rolling those to see if I try to use my miracle to strip the bitch of her divinity.
Nah, that would not have worked unless you tickled her.
You would have been able to weaken her a little bit if even if successful, but she is divine in her own
No,
right,
I'm just
and
saying I'm
Yeah,
glad
that's
I
what I was
failed
just
them.
trying
I'm
to.
glad I
yeah,
succeeded them all though.
it would have had an effect. The miracles
Yeah,
will always have some kind of effect. How
it
well
was
you
like a
roll and how you phrase it will depend. But you guys have just begun to be awakened. As you continue to grow from here, your influence will spread. Your sparks will become more powerful eventually. That kind of stuff. But let's see. The only one who hasn't used the miracle is Renly, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because my guy, Adis probably would have just stood there and done absolutely nothing if I had already wasted my miracle.
So here's the truth. If you guys hadn't used your miracles to stop that fight, you guys would have had to fight to the death against those four.
I figured.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking would happen.
Damus is not about.
Yeah,
Yeah, that wouldn't
there's
work.
no way Adius would have raised a hand to her. No way in hell.
Well, I mean, there's one thing you're raising against the broad you're running against, but Captain Filthy Paws is like the greatest thing ever.
They
Yeah,
they would have
Adis probably
they
feels
would
the
have kept
same way
attacking.
about Mistra
Yeah,
as you do as her, your fluffy paws.
No,
they would have kept
Fluffy
attacking you
Paws.
until you guys died or until you killed them.
I was trying to figure out how to get a malcontent out of the walls or whatever, and then they was cage fighting us, and I'm like, yes.
I'm just like,
Oh, Deimos,
fuck this bitch.
when the fight starts next session, your opening line has to be, "Now we're playing by my rules."
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Actually, that's pretty good. We'll go with that one. I enjoy it.
Because she kept
I think
because she kept
that's a
doing
good
that
opening line.
because
And
she
I'm gonna
kept
get
doing that shit to us.
I'm gonna get so many wrestling moves in there unless she rips my face off. So that's what's
Okay.
gonna happen.
All
Man,
right.
we've got a divine wall to slam her into.
That's true. It does 2d8 radiant damage unless it goes up because it's
Well, you did
Who
model
knows?
it.
Yeah,
That's
I'll,
true.
I'll amplify it a little bit. But that's that. All right, guys.
All right, thank
Catch
you
you
so much for
guys
running.
next week.
Thanks for running the game. See you
Yeah,
next
That
week.
was a great
Yes,
that was a
yeah.
great
super
surprise.
super amazing.
Yeah,
Cool.
that was
All right.
that was a super awesome twist in there.
It was ridiculous.
Yep. All right. Also, thank you. Also, I think we should be able to get points for having as many Baylor dicks as we do, but we can think about that later. All right,
No,
see
you gotta
guys
make
later.
you gotta make a cat of Baylor dicks.
Well, I mean, we're gonna use it as like batteries to kind of like a Baylor dick cannon.
Like, you take a cat of nine tails and strap all the Baylor dicks onto it.
It would work. It would
Mhm.
work. All right.
It could be
I'll
some
see you
kind of
guys.
magic weapon.
See you guys.
Later, guys.
All right.
Later,
Catch you
bye,
later.
bye.